Hey, welcome to Market Stats and MOFIRS. Steve Schleter here for you. We've been going every week. We've been diving in. What is the message that matches the market right now? What's the MOFIR? The MOFIR, again, standing for Making Offer for Immediate Response. Last week, we talked about the numbers you have to know. If you're going to be the trusted advisor, if you're going to have informed clients that feel confident in making decisions right now, what are the numbers you have to know? So we covered that. Now we said this week we were going to cover home price sustainability here in Bexar County and why we believe, and it's my belief, that housing prices are very sustainable right now. We're liable not to see big fluctuations, particularly downward right now, and we're going to make the case for that. So today we're going to focus on a message and a MOFIR. So the message in this case is San Antonio home prices has seen significant gains in the last 24 months, not likely to recede by any significant portion. Home prices in San Antonio still sustainable. The MOFIR might be, got a real estate plans in the next 24 months? Window of opportunity could be today. Call me for a free strategy session. And so we're going to get a message. We're going to put a MOFIR, which is inviting them to engage with us, the right person, the person that might have a possible decision to make in the next 24 months. Now, let's go to why we can make the case that it's sustainable. Now, if you'll remember, and let me go ahead and do a little screen share real quick. We went last week and we looked at the Texas Real Estate Resource Center site, and it shared with us that our median price was $308,000. We're still running at a 2.5 month supply of housing inventory, which is still by definition a seller's market. So that's one stat. Now let's go look at where we can make the case that this is very sustainable at 308,000, maybe even above 308,000. So we're going to go take a look at, let's take a look at this graph. And I'm pulling this out of my net running referrals session on being the trusted advisor. And let's take a look at this for a minute. And this is one of the latest graphics from Gary. Now, remember this from Mega Camp, where he was looking at the 4% trend line over time. And the 4% trend line over time, and this is national, says that 2022, we should be at 343,000 if we stayed on the national long-term trend line. Now, San Antonio for decades has always been below the national trend. And it was, kind of this sleepy little place that people just, they weren't moving to the way that they are today. And what's the way that we know that? Well, here's how we know that. But let's look at this for just a moment. So at 343, the long-term trend nationally, one could make the argument that San Antonio has become a destination city. It has become a place that people are choosing to move to, and companies are moving to. The amount of real estate development, high tech, the diversity of our workforce is such now that we are moving possibly towards the national trend. So at 308 versus 343, the long-term trend, the 4% line for national, it appears that we're possibly becoming part of that national trend line. And thus we're sustainable. Now, what are some other evidence to support that? So great article, San Antonio Business Journal yesterday. Here it was. The next metroplex in Texas unfolds. And I love this. It's got this picture of the evening lights. And this is Austin. This is San Antonio. And it talks about how this is beginning to fill in, even over to Seguin. And then, it's when you really dive into this, they're going, this is the next big metroplex in Texas, just like Houston, just like Dallas-Fort Worth. This is the direction that San Antonio, Austin is going in. And especially the east side through Seguin, Tesla's going out there, and now they're moving SpaceX out to Bastrop. And so we are becoming a destination place. And so what all that means is we're probably moving towards that national trend, which that tells me we're completely sustainable. And so if you're having a consultation, have resources like that. Go pull those headlines out and educate your folks. And if nothing else, it says that even if we do slide a little bit, the likelihood that we're going to recover strong and quickly, way ahead of the rest of the country, just because of the nature of the market here. So I trust that helps today. Again, today our message is around sustainability. Our MOFIR is, if you have any plans, window of opportunity is now, because we're probably going to move in a very short time to the national trend and maybe beyond the national trend. So if we're trending, towards that, the window of opportunity is now, because we also have selection. And boy, that's a big change from where we were just a few months ago when we had 1.1 or 1.2 months of inventory. So trust that helps. That's our market stats and MOFIRs for this week. See you, folks.